Hello, this is Jodi Matthews, Bible teacher, especially Bible teacher of the book of Revelation simply put. And today is Thursday, April 23rd, 2020, and I'm just chronicling these strange days that we are in. Today is Freestyle, Q-RSP, and the Q stands for quarantine, Revelation simply put. And as I stated, it's just going to be very organic. And even though we are in these strange days, I'm documenting these days. And one thing that I am seeing and that I am finding, because I'm documenting it, reminds you through a Christian lens. Christian, I love Yeshua, Jesus, the Jewish Messiah. So, there are two sides that we're going to be seeing to this, the world's side and then also Christianity's side. But I want to document, as I say, today is Freestyle Q-RSP, Quarantine, Revelation simply put. Today, I'm just going to take the time to document some things that are literally going on in this day. So if anybody's seen or finds this video or see it on YouTube, and when I'm dead and gone, they will see what was taking place during 2020, during this thing called COVID-19, the coronavirus that was taking place in the earth, which is quite strange because it's taking place and hitting the saint and the sinner. But here's some things that I found or that is literally going on today that I have experienced, and that's the climate of our times. Gas prices. I went and found some gas for $1.15. So gas prices are down. Stores and restaurants often close by 7 or 9 p.m. Anyone who has lost a loved one, my heart is with you. Funerals or homegoings, there's a difference. For the saint, it is called a homegoing because we're just pilgriming through this land. Homegoings are often limited to only 10 people. And then the world is filled. Everyone's wearing face masks, and sometimes you start to say to wear a face mask or not to wear a face mask. Gloves to stop this COVID-19. Anxiety is high for some. It can be quite tense as you go shopping in the market. Toilet tissue is a high commodity at this time. Also, something that's very odd but very beautiful. You're able to see your neighbors. It's funny. I was just putting out the trash one day, and I seen 3 of my neighbors walking down the block, and that was astonishing. So this virus, COVID virus, has pushed everyone to see people that they normally don't see. That means people right next door. Churches have moved the services to online. We're no longer even attending churches. And it's funny, technology has been reduced to the old-fashioned ways. Yes, the old-fashioned ways. And I'm still waiting to see when the end of the year of 2020 comes, what's going to be the word of the year. You know how dictionary.com gives the word of the year. I just wonder, is it going to be coronavirus, or the word quarantine, or toilet tissue? So we'll see what the word of the year is going to be. Self-care is often done at home. Nobody's getting nails and hair done and things of that nature. But I want to give a shout out before I also prepare to end this. We know that the doctors and nurses are on the front lines, but I noticed something that was quite beautiful. We've all been giving shout outs during this time to people who have been most helpful to us at this time, the frontliners, we call them, because they're putting themselves in danger. I was in the market getting some food, and I remember getting ready to exchange money with this cashier, the girl working the cashier, and I don't know, at that time I just felt the Spirit of the Lord say, and really when I hear him speak, I hear him internally. It's nothing audible. It's just perception. You begin to perceive. So I know the ebb and flow of how he speaks to me. And so as we're getting ready to exchange money to pay for my food, I realized that this simple young teenage girl who's working the cash register is also on the front lines. So I want to say thank you to all the grocery cashiers who are in line, taking care of us, putting themselves in the place of danger. Kudos to all the takeout spots. Go Pizza. You are already a winner in my home beforehand, but you're really a true winner now, from pizza to all the restaurants that are open. Who would have thought that fast foods would become the lifesaver of the day? I think it's funny. God is flipping some things around. Thank God for people who are delivering groceries to seniors. So I just want to say thank you. And so that's the climate of these times. That's how everybody's feeling. Nobody can go out. They have people who are grocery shopping for other people. So that's a beautiful thing if you're out there volunteering that. People who are making face masks for other people, things of that nature. But kudos to the cashiers so that we can have groceries and food to eat inside. And I want to leave you with something that I thought that was very beautiful. I thought I was going to do a freestyle, but of course, as I was reading my word today, God always, I don't know, for the Christian, we always find God in everything. And I read a beautiful verse that I never looked at. I read it, but it went past me. And the verse comes from the book of James, chapter 5, verse 11, and it reads, "Behold, we count them happy which endure. You have heard of the patience of Job and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy." I want to encourage you folks. Don't forget, during these, I consider these not only strange days, but dark days, because it's a lot of things that's going on. There's a lot of transitioning that is going on. I think that's bar none. God is letting the saint know that. But don't forget, we might come out of this, and when everybody say when all of this is over, I want to encourage you to trust the Lord until the end. That verse is so beautiful. I'm going to read it out the New King James Version that I thought gave a wonderful explanation. "Indeed, we count them blessed who endure. You have heard of the perseverance of Job and seen the end intended by the Lord, that the Lord is very compassionate and merciful." Don't forget, saints, the Lord, as we deal with this, looking at this through the lens of Christianity, of a God who has purpose for all of us, I know for sure that in the end, like I said, I don't believe it's intended by God, but God is allowing it to work its work here. But in the end, I know that I'm going to see the work of the Lord, that what he really intended to happen. I made a little note here. I want to say more about that verse. It says, "Stop and just see what type of ending the Lord is going to give." Folks, it's not over. And I told you, we're in a very strange season. And I think it is the season. Just like Israel, it's not happenstance. It fell during a Passover. We got locked in, March 16th. We're now a month and weekend. I want you to stop and just really see what's going on, what God is going to do at the end of this thing. You're not going to tell me ain't nobody going to be set free or whatever. And even if there's death, there is an encouragement. And I know that you're grieving, but even in death, God says there's going to be some good things that come out of this. I know this because Romans 8:28, such a popular verse. And we know that all things work together for good. Good. So this is an evil thing, but God says it's going to work together for good. And look, this promise isn't to the world, but it comes to us. To them that love God, and to them who are called according to purpose. Some say his purpose, but just purpose. There's a purpose in this. So bless the name of the Lord. I'm glad that I could update you for today. Be encouraged in the Lord. And let's just see. Don't charge God foolishly by talking too soon before you see what the end of the Lord is in this manner and what he really intended. God bless.